First off, we want to give all praises to YAHAWAH, YAHAWAH. And want to give a greeting and a salute to all the brothers and sisters scattered across the four corners out here spreading this truth.
All praises.
Spreading this milk diligently. Out here on the streets, out here on the highways and byways, out here on the information highway.
Right.
All those doing the work, man. Salute to those doing the work. Salute to them.
All praises.
All praises. All praises.
All praises.
Today's class is the furnace. The furnace. Who want that smoke?
Who want that smoke?
Who want that smoke? Who want it? So these young folk be running around here, but they don't want that smoke. They don't want that spiritual smoke. They don't want to go through the furnace, and that's the problem. Israel don't want to go through the furnace. Israelites don't want to go through the furnace. Christians don't want to go through the furnace. Nobody wants that smoke, even though that smoke is what's going to elevate you. What's going to take you to the next dimension. What's going to take you to the next level. The furnace, that smoke.
Right.
You just want to smoke the smoke. You just want to smoke it. Let's go to the next slide out. Give me a Ciroc. You need a pop?
Yeah.
Give me that 2-1 first.
Okay.
And it's milky. And see, that's why I've been dealing with this. I've been dealing with this last couple of classes because we have to understand that the afflictions are the blessings. A lot of us going to be going through things. You're going to be dealing with certain things. You're going to be dealing with certain issues. And you're not knowing does the Most High, is he dealing with me? Why am I going through this? And He's dealing with you, but you got to be proven. You got to be tried.
Right.
That's exactly what he's doing. He is dealing with you. But you got to be tried. But you have to understand this. And when you understand this, if you really truly understand this after this class, this is what's going to build your faith. And this is what's going to get you peace also. This will get you peace going through the tribulations. Going through the trial. Trial by fire. Trial by the furnace. Let's go. Sirach chapter 2 verse 1.
The book of Sirach chapter 2 verse 1. My son, if thou come to serve the Lord.
If you come to serve the Lord, if you come to serve Yahawah, come on.
Prepare thy soul for temptation.
You got to prepare thy soul for temptation, man. It's not a joke. This is not a joke. Don't think you just come in here, put a shirt on with some fridge and think you're not going to be tempted. Don't think that, man. You're going to get tried, man. As soon as you put that shirt on, he going to send them angels down there. He going to send them spirits down there, man. Look at this joker. Have you tried this new joker who just put on a shirt with some fringes? Have you went down there and tried him? You know what I'm saying? He gonna be talking to the council. The council gonna come up there. He gonna say, did you see that new joker down there just put on a shirt with some fringes on it? Man, go try that joker. See what he about. Keep going up.
Set thy heart aright and constantly endure.
Set thy heart aright. Set thy heart aright. The only way you can set thy heart aright is have these scriptures on your mind, man. Meditating on these laws, statutes, and commandments. That's it. That's how you set your heart right and constantly endure. They don't say endure for now, or do it. It say constantly endure. Keep going.
And make not haste in the time of trouble.
And don't make haste in the time of trouble, man. Don't be running in the time of trouble. That's what we dealing with. Who want that smoke? Who want that fire? Is you gonna fight or flee? I mean, you gonna fight or flee, man. Fight or flight. Don't make haste in the time of trouble, man. And that's what we like to do a lot of times. We like to run from that trouble, man. We like to be comfortable. And there's no growth in that comfort. There's no growth in it. Verse 3,
Verse 3, cleave unto him, and depart not away, that thou mayest be increased at that last end.
That you may be increased at thy last. That's why you can't increase, because you're running away from the trouble. Instead of seeing that trouble and cleaving into the Most High, you running away from the trouble and cleaving to the world.
Bring it out.
And cleaving to your girlfriend. And cleaving to your job. And cleaving to, you know what I'm saying, wherever you get that comfort from. Section 8, the government, cleaving to the educational system. Cleave to the Most High. You know what I'm saying? You think you can educate your way out of this thing, or you can get into a relationship and she pay half? I used to think that same. I'm like, man, you know what? If I just had some flesh that'll pay half, then shoot, man, I'll be all right, man. I end up getting some flesh come in the house, and I told her to just pay $50. The rent was $1,000. I said, just give me $50 a week. She lost her job that next month. That's cleaving. That's cleaving onto something other than the Most High, man.
So you had to take care of her?
Huh?
You had to take care of that?
Everything. But see, that was kind of when I was coming into this walk. That's when everything was getting stripped from me. Everything was just getting peeled like a banana. I was just getting peeled. Everything was just getting peeled off. Peeled off. Everything getting shredded till he can get to the fruit.
Go through something.
You gotta go through something. You gotta shred that skin. You gotta shred that flesh. I need you alone. The Most High gonna need you alone so he can sit down and talk to you. Verse 4. So you can be increased at the last end, man. Come on.
Whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully.
Whatever comes upon thee, take it cheerfully.
And be patient when thou art changed to a lower state.
And be patient when thou have changed to a lower state. When you know when you had the 3-bedroom out there in Buckhead, now you in Stone Mountain and barely afford the 2-bedroom, and you at that lower estate. You're not up there like you used to be. But now you don't want to post no pictures on Instagram no more. You all down and out. You all in your feelings. Oh, the Most High not dealing with me. Why I'm in this lower state? Why I can't get this? Blah, 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 blah. They said you're supposed to take that thing cheerfully, man. You're supposed to take it cheerfully and be patient. That's key too. You gotta be patient, man. A lot of times you try to take this thing in your own hands and end up delaying your deliverance, delaying your redemption, because you're trying to do something and try to take it into your own hands. You gotta be patient. Wait on the Lord, man. Wait on YAHAWAH. Keep going on.
Verse 5. For gold is tried in the fire. And
gold is tried in the what?
And the fire.
Gold is tried in the what?
And the fire.
If you're trying to be that gold, it gotta be proven by fire. Come on.
And acceptable men in the furnace of adversity.
And acceptable men must be tried in the furnace of adversity, man. You must be tried in the furnace. When you come into this truth, prepare yourself for affliction. Prepare your soul for temptation. Prepare your soul for adversity. You shouldn't even be complaining about it, man. You know, I gotta go through that shit, man. You know, I got so much going on, man. I went over here and then I did that. That happened, and that happened, and that happened. It seemed like everything just happened and that. Yeah! You being proven. Gold gotta be tried. Acceptable men must go through the furnace of adversity. Give me Sirach 27 verse 5.
The book of Sirach chapter 27 verse 5. The furnace proveth the potter's vessel.
The furnace proveth the potter's vessel. You gotta put clay when you making them little clay. If you ever seen somebody mold them clay bowls, they have it on that little spinner and they be spinning it. Once they get it formed up, they gotta put it in that fire. And once they bring it out that fire, if it ain't what it's supposed to be, it's gonna break. It's gonna crack. It's gonna break in the fire, man. So the potter's vessels, his plates and his bowls, his vessels, the Most High's vessels that he used to do this work. Once it gets into that fire, if it's not what it's supposed to be, it's gonna crack. It's gonna break. It's gonna go back into the world. Keep going on.
So the trial of men is in his reasoning.
So the trial of a man is in his reasoning, man. So a lot of you know what I'm saying, your trials and tribulations gonna give you reasoning for why you do certain things and why you operate on the frequencies that you operate on. Go to the next slide. Refinement. Give me Psalm 66:10. Gotta be refined. Can't be scared of the furnace. Can't be scared of the smoke, man. Who wants to smoke? Nobody wants to smoke. Nobody wants to smoke. Nobody wants to step into that furnace, man. And you gotta have some faith to step into that furnace. You gotta have some faith, man. You ready?
Yeah.
Bring that out.
The book of Psalms chapter 66 verse 10. But thou, O God, have proved us.
Uh-huh.
Thou hast
And
tried us.
what?
He has proved us.
And then what?
And thou hast tried us
And-
as silver
Uh-huh.
is tried.
And you tried us as silver is tried. Come on.
Thou broughtest us into the net.
Uh-huh.
Thou laidest affliction upon our loins.
You laid up affliction upon our loins. Come on.
Verse 12, thou hast caused men to ride over our heads.
Uh-huh.
We went through fire and through water.
You went through what?
Through fire and through water.
You went through what?
Through fire and through water.
You went through fire and you went through water. That's how you making that battle axe. You gotta, once you making them weapons, you put it through that fire, then you douse it with that water. Come on.
So thou hast brought us unto a wealthy place.
Uh-huh.
I will go into my house with burnt offerings.
Uh-huh.
I will repay thee my vows.
I'll pay you my vows. Because a lot of times when you go through them afflictions, you start making vows. You start promising, like, Lord, if you get me out, I'm going to do right. I'm going to say, I'm going to promise, I'm going to give my life to you.
Right.
The psalmist said, David said, shoot, listen, I'm going to go in my house. I'm going to go ahead and give you them burnt offerings. And I'm going to pay you what I vow, my vows. I'm going to pay you exactly what I sat there and I prayed and I told you I was going to do. Because you did what you was going to do. You delivered.
Right. Verse 14, which my lips have uttered and my mouth has spoken when I was in trouble.
What? When?
When I was in trouble.
When you was in trouble. That's a lot of times. That's the only time we want us to get on our knees and pray. A lot of times when we get in trouble. So that's why he put you in trouble. But because he knows that's the only time that you gonna get down on your knees and try to have that conversation. That's the only time you gonna have that conversation. So that's why he has to do that to you. It's sad that he has to do that, but that's the way we operate. I'm gonna tell you this too. Kids don't listen. You ever heard a kid say huh when they get whooped? They listening. When they getting whooped, when that belt is hitting the kid, they listen. You see what I'm saying? And your mom or your dad, whoever's whooping you, they like to talk to you while they whooping you.
Yeah.
Because they know you gonna listen. You don't get no huh. Huh? You ask a kid anything now, they're like, hey, what you do? Huh? What? But when you get in whooping them, they listen carefully to every word you say.
Yes, ma'am.
How you gonna do it?
Yes, ma'am.
That's how the Most High dealing with us, man. We gonna listen when we afflicted. When we getting whooped, he ain't gotta repeat itself, man.
God.
Isaiah 48:10.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 48, verse 10. Behold, I have refined thee, but not with silver.
Uh-huh.
I have chosen thee in the furnace of affliction.
I chose thee in the furnace of affliction, man. I chose thee in that furnace. I went ahead and selected you out that fire, man. And you can't get selected unless you're going through the furnace. He choosing them in the furnace. If you're running away from the furnace, you can't be chosen. If you're running away from the affliction, you can't be chosen. And eventually, you'll be anointed enough to want to go in the furnace. You'll get anointed. You'll get to the point of your anointing where you'll throw yourself in the furnace sometimes. Just like I'm going to give you another example with kids. Kids, you can scam, right? Say you doing something. Say you scare a kid, right? You go in there and you scare them, and they run, right? They run, just like we running from this furnace. Eventually, the kids will come back and be like,
What's that?
"Scare us again, Uncle. Scare
I
us
like
again."
it.
Huh? Yeah, I like it. I like it. Scare me again.
Yeah, that's how my nephew is.
Yeah. Yeah, you're scaring that person out. Right. Or you'll throw him in the air.
Right.
You'll throw him in the air and then catch him.
Let me see if I can do that.
Do it again.
Once they see they all right, once you see you can come out of that furnace, you be like, look,
Go ahead.
do it again. Challenge me again, Papa. Challenge me again. Throw me in the air again. Put me through that furnace again. Try me again. I want some more of that anointing. I want another testimony. I want to hit that next level. Give me the next slide. Oh, making the battle axe. Making the battle axe. We watch a quick video. Just to show how the earth, how they made this from the earth. They made this battle axe. And they pull that ore out. Ore to an axe. And that comes straight out the ground. Look at that. And you know how we got them saying, start with the earth. How you know this is a true book, man? That's how this, you know what I'm saying? These metaphors been there. Add what? That breath of life and what?
And fire.
And that fire. Look at the Smiths. Fast forward a little bit, Op. Try to go about a quarter of the way to the end. Huh? What they gotta do to that thing?
Beat it, man.
They gotta beat that thing, man. You gotta go through it. Well, Paul said Satan was buffeting him. Put it in the fire. Beat it up. Endure. You gotta endure like that ore. To make a what?
To make an axe.
To make an axe. Go ahead and start the video. We're gonna talk about that. See if we can just get to the next slide. Hey, all praise.
Oh man.
Go to the first tab.
Nice.
Just hit the hit escape. Oh, okay. You can set us back. Alright, we up. All praise. So forging the weapons, we see how, so we just watched a short film on how weapons are made, how they had to go through the furnace, how they had to be beaten with that hammer and go back into the furnace, how they started that axe from the earth. We know that we were also made of the earth, have the same basic minerals of the earth. Give me just a tab with Genesis 2:7.
The book of Genesis chapter 2 verse 7, and YAHAWAH God formed man of the dust of the ground, and breath in his nostrils the breath of life.
And he breathed in his nostrils the breath of life. And we've seen in the film also that you make that axe, or you make those weapons with air and fire. The class today is that's our breath of life. In the class today we're dealing with the furnace and that fire. Let's go to the next slide. All right, when I am weak, I am strong. See, that's a whole new programming. That's a transforming your mind to know that when you're weak, you're strong. Give me 2 Corinthians 12:9.
The book of 2 Corinthians chapter 12 verse 9. And he said it to me, my grace is sufficient for thee, for my strength is made perfect in weakness.
So for my strength is made perfect in weakness. Go a couple verses. That one, Paul, go about verse 7. Paul's talking about getting buffeted. He getting hit with them hammers.
At least I should be exalted above measure through the abundance of the revelations. There was given to me a thorn in the flesh. So
Paul's saying, I have so much revelations that I've been to raise myself up. I've been to got high-minded. I've been to thought myself to be more than I should, and so Satan was sent to buffet him, and which means to literally like punches and getting hit. Like keep going up.
The messenger of Satan to buffet me.
A messenger of Satan was sent to buffet him. Come on.
Least I be exalted above measure. But this thing I besought thee, Lord, trees. that it may depart from me.
He sought the Most High and prayed that he could get away from him 3 times. Just like YAHAWAH. He prayed 3 times that, you know what I'm saying, that he didn't really, you know what I'm saying, if there was another way that he could, you know what I'm saying, he could have grant us salvation other than, you know what I'm saying, having to go through that cross, having to make that sacrifice, having to go through that furnace, but there was no other way. You gotta go through the furnace. Paul has to go through the furnace. There ain't no other way. You gonna have to get buffeted, or you gonna think yourself more than you should. Keep going on.
He said it to me. My grace is sufficient for thee.
He said, my grace is sufficient. Calm down.
For my strength is made perfect in weakness.
My strength is made perfect in your weakness. I'm shown through your weakness. That's what I'm saying. Once your weakness is revealed to the world, once he brings you up, like he can't show his strength, you already strong. That's why it's hard for the rich to get, like, if the meek will inherit the earth. If you're already strong, if you already have everything, if you're already stable, if you already, you know what I'm saying, you're already strengthened in this world, then how he's gonna show his strength to somebody who's already a king? You can't do it. It's gonna be hard for them to say. They're gonna say, I did it myself. Keep going now.
Most gladly, therefore, will I rather glory in my infirmities.
Most gladly, therefore, I rather glory in my infirmities. He writing this from prison. I rather glory in my affliction. Come on.
That the power of Christ may rest upon me.
That the power of Christ may rest upon me. Keep going.
I am becoming full and glorifying. Shalakia. Therefore, I take pleasure in infirmities, in reproach, and necessities.
You're going to have to take pleasure in infirmities, in reproaches, in necessities, in persecutions, in distresses. You're going to have to glory in that. You're going to have to take pleasure in that, because that's going to be your glory. You being delivered from that persecution, you being delivered from them reproaches, that's going to be your glory. That's going to show YAHAWAH's power. Go ahead to the next slide. Right? There's a charger by that right by that table right there. You just plug it right there. Keep going. No. Go back to the... Huh? No. For when I'm weak, then you finish that verse 10.
Therefore I take pleasures and infirmities, and reproaches, and necessities, and persecutions, and distresses, for Christ's sake. For when I am weak, then am I strong.
For whose sake, though?
For Christ's sake. For when I am weak, then I am strong.
For when I am weak, then I am strong. Paul understood this, and this is what we have to understand. When you're at your weakest, you're at your strongest, and that takes a transformation of the mind. You know what I'm saying? That takes a reforming of the mind. Like your mind has to be changed. Your mindset has to be changed. It's a total flip. Give me James chapter 4, verse 7. And that's hard to eat. It's hard to eat that. It's hard to run into fire. It's hard to run to danger. But that's the anointing. That's what you have to have going through and walking into this truth. And understand that, and have the faith to know that you can walk through that fire. That's what I'm saying. What's that script? I can do all things.
Philippians 4 and 11.
Right. I can do all things through Christ that strengthens me. We have to believe that. It takes a certain amount of anointing. We can say it all day, but it takes a certain amount of anointing. It takes a certain amount of building to actually believe that. To go in a job interview and they say, "Wait, what you calling for?" Listen, I can do all things to me. You see what I'm saying? You know, it takes a certain level of anointing to be built up. You know what I'm saying? That ain't something you just gonna get as soon as you come to this truth. You're gonna have to be built up. You're gonna have to go through a certain amount of things. And you're gonna have to, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna have to go through some trials and tribulations and been raised up through it. And then you can have that, well, I can do, ain't nothing I can't do. I done been through it all. It came out of it all. There ain't nothing I can do without it.
Philippians 4:13.
Bring that out.
The book of Philippians chapter 4 verse 13. I can do all things through Christ which strengthen me. Notwithstanding ye have well done You do communicate with my affliction.
Yeah, so we can, and you communicate with my afflictions, man. You're gonna do the same thing. You're gonna have to deal with it also. You had something, bro?
That was Philippians 4 what?
4:13. You got that James 4?
Yeah.
Bring that up.
The book of James, chapter 4, verse 7. Submit yourselves therefore to God.
You got to submit yourselves, man. You got to become that living sacrifice. Come on.
Resist the devil.
Resist the who?
The devil.
Uh-huh.
And he will flee from you.
He will flee from you, but you're going to have to resist him. He ain't just going to flee. You're going to have to resist him. And he's going to constantly be there. It's going to have to constantly be a resistance. You're going to have to build up a resistance to it. Just like your body builds up a resistance to certain diseases and certain ailments. You're going to have to build up a resistance to the devil, man. And that's going to take work. You're going to have to work with this. This ain't something that just, like I said, it's something happen overnight. Keep going on.
Draw nigh to God, and he will draw nigh to you. Cleanse your hands, ye sinners, and purify your hearts, ye double-minded.
Keep going.
Be afflicted.
Be what?
Afflicted.
It says be afflicted. James telling you, be afflicted. Come on.
And mourn.
He telling you to mourn. Come on.
And weep.
And weep. Come on.
Let your laughter be turned to mourning.
Let your laughter be turned into mourning.
And your joy to heaviness.
And your joy to heaviness. Why he's telling you this? Give me Matthew 5:4. There's got to be a balance, man. You can't be smiling all the time. You can't be smiling all the time. And a lot of people think that's what life is about. It's about, man, you know, I'm just trying to live life, and that's just all about smiling and being cheerful. But a lot of times those smiles and those cheers, a lot of that comes from the world, and it's killing you. There has to be balance before you can even appreciate it. Because you'll mess around and you don't get that dopamine release. After a while, those things that used to make you smile don't make you smile no more. So now you have to do certain other things. You know what I'm saying? And eventually they get harder and harder to smile. But if you're going through something and it has that balance, you see what I'm saying? And it has that balance, then, you know what I'm saying, you can smile at, you know what I'm saying, and be content and have a level of contentment. Matthew 5 verse 4.
The book of Matthew chapter 5.
This is why he's telling you to be afflicted, mourn, weep. Let your laughter be turned into mourning. Let your joy be turned into heaviness. Bring that out.
And verse 4. Blessed are they that mourn.
Blessed are they that what?
Mourn. For they shall be comforted.
For they shall be comforted, man. Blessed are they that mourn, for they shall be comforted. Those mourning shall have that comfort set upon them, man. And that's a blessing. To even have the opportunity. To even have the opportunity to get closer. Go to the next slide for me, huh? Give me Jeremiah 51. Talk about that battle axe. Jeremiah 51:19. Because we know we the battle axe.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 51, and verse 19. And it reads, the portion of Jacob is not like them, for he is the form of all things. Israel is the rod of his inheritance.
Come on.
The Lord is host in his name. Thou art my battle axe.
Thou art my battle axe. Come on.
And weapons of war.
So we the Most High's battle axe. Just like he had to forge us from the earth and put us through that fire and drench us down, we that battle axe. We gonna be tried, so we gonna be those weapons of war. We gonna have to go through something, have to be beat up, have to be tried through the furnace, because we gonna be those weapons. Keep going on.
For with thee will I break in pieces the nations, and with thee I will destroy kingdoms.
Come on.
And with thee I will break in pieces the horse and his rider.
I'll break in pieces the horses and his riders. Come on.
And with thee I will break in pieces the chariot and his rider. And with thee also I will break in pieces men and women. And with thee I will break in pieces old and young. And with thee I will break in pieces the young man and the maid. And also break in pieces with thee the shepherd and his flock.
Come on.
And with thee I will break in pieces the husbandman and his yoke of oxen.
Come on.
And with thee I will break in pieces captains and rulers.
Come on.
And with thee I will break upon Babylon, I will render upon Babylon and to all the inhabitants of Chaldea all the evil that they have done in Zion and your sight, saith the Lord.
Saith the Lord, man. So we gonna be that battle axe, breaking in pieces all these nations. all these heathen customs, all these rulers.